Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to WrestleMania 91 and Night 2
What
preview.
number? What number?
Oh, yeah, mother.
What number?
What?
You missed out the number.
I don't know what WrestleMania we're on anymore. Is it 37?
Yes, man. Come on.
I get confused which number we're on. WrestleMania 37, let's go! By the immutable RJ, by the immovable Force, there was Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, Rock versus Austin, Stone Cold versus Razor Ramon, the history of the grandest stage on them all, where people become stars and the people that lose go home crying. It changes careers forever.
It's gonna be the first WrestleMania we're not gonna have Undertaker on or John Cena.
But we've got Hulk Hogan.
Yay,
Brother.
I'd be crazier if this was still the '80s right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Actually, I'll be fair. The best to me, the best Hogan for me would have been NWO Hulk Hogan from WCW. That would be the best one. Your voice keeps
Said you have my pride. I gotta be right, gotta get let I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every. Anyway,
you would have been such a good character on Soccer. I'm just gonna say that now.
I know.
And replace what's his name? Tubes, whatever his name is.
All of them. They're all shit. I watched it recently. It's fucking awful. Anyway, well, enough about that. It's all about WrestleMania. It is our WrestleMania preview, motherfuckers. And today we're going to be previewing what we think and our predictions for night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. If you're wondering why we are both dressed the same as the preview for Stand and Deliver, that's because we don't wash.
Well, you don't.
That's true. And we might have recorded both of them on the same day.
Don't tell them that. I mean, it was secret.
We might have.
Exactly.
Doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
We are like Chris Jericho. Doesn't matter where I am, I could be on any product.
Oh, God.
We just
I was waiting for you to say that.
Seconds.
Can I just say that? When you posted that thing, okay.
Go on, go. We're going to talk about it quickly.
Yeah, I just want to say that when you posted that, I was like, I got caught off guard so much. I was like, wait, what? I was like quite surprised by that. I did not see that coming.
So I was on, I don't know where I was. I can't remember where I was, but I saw something that said Chris Jericho is appearing on the WWE Network. And I was like, yeah, it's one of those fake accounts that they're just drumming up thing. And then I looked at it again and go, Stone Cold has announced. I went, what? And then I sat there and was looking at it and I went,
Jesus.
Right, what's going on here? And then Stone Cold come out and said in an interview that he texted Vince McMahon and said, right, I want Chris Jericho on. And Vince McMahon said, yes, that's fine. And Stone Cold went, what? You happy for me to actually have him on? He went, yes, that's fine. And then Tony Khan has given his blessing openly, most probably, because it gives him more people to see his product. For him to go on it. And then I was like, why? What? And then I looked into it a little bit more and I went, just goes to show that fans were making out more that WWE care more about AEW than what they actually do.
I'll just say that it just goes to show you that it really was never a forbidden door to begin with. It's just something that the fans conjured up to believe in. The guys
there is a forbidden door. I think the forbidden door has been destroyed by Impact and AEW doing it.
I don't think there's ever been one, to be honest.
Oh, there's always been a forbidden door. You never get WWE going on other shows. You don't get AEW. You don't get one promotion on another one without a contract or anything like that. There is a forbidden door.
I feel like it's more like an old school kind of thing, that they always kept with this and that kind of thing. But I've always felt like, because I've always heard in interviews, they're always like, if they would just ask, we'd been okay with it kind of thing. And, it's not like Jericho's a stranger. He's been there. He was there for years anyway. It's not like
it's one of those things where Vince McMahon has a track record of not doing this, of not doing anything like this, and for it to happen, it just is a massive thing. I think this is more of a bigger thing, in my opinion, than the AEW stars going on to Impact. I think this is bigger because it's WWE and
How's
because it's Vince McMahon.
how's AEW going on Impact a big thing anyway?
Because Impact is actually really good now. AEW isn't, but Impact is good. Anyway,
AEW going on NXT will be a bigger thing, but you know,
we'll see what happens with that. Right. So, in the time of us last video of doing this, we have we're now recording this during the week. So this is not on the Friday of when we were going to do it before. So we've had to go a little reschedule around, but we wanted to bring you this anyway. So
because we love you
basically,
guys.
whatever happens from now on, whatever is this is what's set in stone so far. Anyone could get injured, anything could happen, subject to change. I've said this on any podcast before, just so if anything happens, we can change our prediction or something can change from here till night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania. Before we get into it, before we get into WrestleMania and our predictions and everything like that, I'm going to ask you a question. Let's take our character. I have a character sometimes when I do these podcasts just to have a bit of entertainment to it. So I'm going to be very, very sensible and ignore the internet trolls and everything like that. How much does this mean for wrestling in general to have fans back? To have fans back in arena we haven't had them for over a year now. Especially when I say fans in arena, I don't mean, we know that New Japan are doing it at the moment, and AEW have done bits of it in their crowd, and NXT have a little bit of it, but more noise than it is a fan effect than it is what's in the crowd. What does this mean moving forward to you? What does this mean to you, knowing that fans are allowed back in the stadium to watch wrestling?
I feel like we'll be. It's kind of like after hitting a refresh button, if you will. Of the fans. In a way, you could say it's kind of like mellowed out. I don't want to say mellowed out the fans, but I think the fans will be a little bit more grateful for what we're going to get, and be like everything that's coming for them will be new, and be a little bit like they will have. The reactions will be basically they won't be the same. I feel they'll be a bit more appreciative of what the product is, what they're being given. So I feel like in a way it's basically an opportunity for everyone to start anew again.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a year isn't even that when you think about it, a year isn't even that long when you think about it. But obviously for the business, it's a big deal.
I think for anyone, for myself, it's. Look, I've gone through a lot. I think we both had over the past half of everything. And we had the NFL where the same stadium as the NFL, they had fans as well to go to. And this is, for myself, and I don't know for you, is something that I've missed extremely a lot for my mental well-being because look, I can't wait for the day when tickets go on sale for NXT UK or when I can go to Progress Wrestling. Me and Gulam can go and meet up and go and watch some independent wrestling, or we can go somewhere, go to Raw or SmackDown. When NXT comes over here, we could do some vlogs and go and talk about our days, and I can drink, he can hold the camera, and that sort of stuff where we can actually meet up again and do stuff. But the minus to that is we haven't had that. But the plus, I don't know whether you're going to agree on this or this. I'm going a little bit off topic just for a split second because I was thinking about this over the past, since when we last recorded the podcast, the last one. I was thinking about this, and do you know what the funniest thing is? We haven't, me or you, I don't think actually seen face to face to each other since.
Well, I'll say that I think we did run into each other. We ran into each other. I remember years ago. At that time, I was doing some interview for I can't remember what it was. I think it was Microsoft or something. It was over in town. I remember it was 2012. Yeah, it would have been 2012 because I was finishing sixth form at that time. So that was pretty like we met briefly for a second. You remember that? Was in town.
We turned to 18 that year.
Yeah. I remember you at the bus stop.
I remember a bit. Not, I haven't got that much of a good memory.
But yeah, that was probably a lot. Like I think that was the first time we seen each other in like 5 years, probably by then, because you
Yeah.
obviously finished at Rangers in 2009, so I've been 3 4 years. But yeah, we I'm trying to say we've bumped into each other like here and there. I remember I was sitting at McDonald's once. Uh, yeah, you remember that, don't you? So yeah, it's always been like we'll like hi,
Yeah,
hi,
and
how
do
you
you
doing?
know what?
Thing,
And we've
like
had,
proper meet up.
yeah, we've all had the negative of this. But the one thing I can say about this podcast is it's made me go and talk to other people. Like, I'm very much, since I've left school and since I've gone through what I've gone through, I've become a very, I wouldn't say a loner, but I'm very happy to be in my own bubble, and do my
That's
own
understandable.
thing. Um, but this podcast and the lockdown and everything has made me, because there's no one at home that likes to talk about football. There's no one at home that likes to talk about wrestling. There's no one that likes to talk about Formula One or anything like that. It's made me want to go and do more. And look, I used to go to wrestling shows here and there. I used to like going there. I haven't been to a proper independent show before, and that's one of my goals. I want to go to is go and see it, see what it's like, and go and have fun. And that's the one thing I say. And look, this is the one thing I can say from WrestleMania has made me realize how much I've missed fans, not the Twitter fans, but
Um,
the fans that in the stadium that will give you the rise and the fall. And some of them you go, really, you're going to boo that? Some of you going to cheer that, but it gives you a reaction.
yeah,
And we all can agree that a reaction is the best thing to do. And what I can say is, moving forward, we are not going to stop creating this podcast, because I fucking love doing this wrestling podcast. I love sitting down with Gulam and talking about wrestling. We are going to get some UK independent wrestlers to come on the podcast. And we're not going to go for the well knowns or anything like that. We want ones that are up and coming, that are around, that are doing their bit and get their take on things. Their take might be different than what people. They will be more open than anyone else, because they can say what they want to say, than anything else without being controlled. So I am in talks with one person,
okay.
to come on, but I've told him a couple of weeks because I need to recover from WrestleMania week. So that's what
Well,
we're gonna do. Right, are you ready, Gulam, Mr. Ali, Mr. Mustafa Ali's brother from another mother? Uh, are you ready to preview night one of WrestleMania?
well, if
Give
I'm
me
not,
a
then
hell yeah!
I was gonna say if I'm not, then this jacket isn't khaki.
Give me a hell yeah!
Oh yeah,
Thank you. Right, night
you had to
one.
go that way.
I had to. Night one, first match. It has all been predicted. We all think that this is going to happen because this is the way Vince wants it. The very first match that is being predicted so far is WWE Male Championship. Bobby Lashley, the champion, versus Drew McIntyre for the Raw WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Man, had to start me with a hard one.
I know.
This is a tough one as well because let's be honest, I don't want to see Lashley lose it, but I don't want to see Drew lose either.
Yeah,
uh,
I'm in the minds with you. Yeah,
it's because the thing is that like I don't know what the benefit more at this point would be because I feel like Drew, okay, he didn't get he won it last year, but there wasn't no fans there. If he wins it this year, it'll just be because the fans are there now, so you can cheer for him, and it just surely like he wins. Him losing would get more that get that how you say it'll get that attention, it'll get the interest back into him as well, and make you want to see him win it again. Because this way it doesn't feel like it's forced. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm gonna say I want to see Lashley win it just on that basis that
Yeah, I'm
it
very
benefits
much in.
Lashley more
Yeah,
and it
look,
benefits Drew.
I would love to see Drew McIntyre win it. He's doing. He's been doing Scotland proud. He's been doing the island Britain proud by what he's been doing. Um,
Every European fan.
everyone. I think he's done everything that you've wanted for him, and he's taken if it wasn't for him, and we've got to remember this as well, if it wasn't for him, the COVID era would be completely different. He took the era of this by the horn and has really gone and done wonders with it. Saying that,
I agree.
Bobby Lashley just looks like a complete fucking beast at the moment. The
Mate,
only
he's a
way
machine.
there's no look, I don't see Drew McIntyre tapping out. I also don't see Drew McIntyre being pinned. The only way I see Drew McIntyre losing this is doing a Stone Cold Bret Hart ending where there's no tap, he passes out. That's the only way I see Bobby Lashley winning this. I predicted this already, that I've already wrote this down, that I think Bobby Lashley is going to win. But I also would not be against Drew McIntyre winning it.
I think the smart thing to do is basically like what you said would be to have, not that Drew even, gets pinned or anything, or even submits. It's just that he gets passed out by the Hurt Lock. And I feel like the best way, like what I want to see, what the best thing to do in that match would be to have Drew basically, he gets the crowd wanting him to win. It looks like he's going to win it. It looks like the cards are in his hands. The crowd's for it, and then just when you think it goes. You understand?
See, I've been thinking about this as well, and it happened on Raw, and apparently the Hurt business is over with Cedric and Shelton Benjamin, but
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I think that that's a ploy for them to come out and interfere at WrestleMania.
And should I tell you why as well? Because if you listen to what MVP said, he said that he said that he's relieved them of their duties. So while you can interpret that as being fired, you can also interpret that can also be said that he's letting them go for now,
so that they can't get in trouble for interfering. Yeah,
exactly. So I feel there's that route as well. But I also can see them, forming a new Hurt business as well with, new members as well. There's that possibility of that direction going as well. And if they were to do that, I'd say the best person to bring in would be Keith Lee, because I feel like he'd be the perfect guy at this point if he's, just wandering around, doing nothing.
Exactly.
They look like they were going to do something with Keith Lee and Sheamus at one point, which I think would have been fine as well. But I think this would be a better route to go with.
Yeah, completely agree. So we've both gone for Lashley, yes?
Yes, yeah, Lashley.
Perfect. Right, next match.
Yep.
Could be match of WrestleMania.
All right.
Cesaro versus Seth Rollins.
Yep.
I don't know where to go with this.
Should I tell you who I'm going with?
Go on.
Cesaro.
Do you know what? I literally just wrote Cesaro to win.
Because at this point, everything's on him right now. Everyone's, rooting for him. He's on top of his game. He's got, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like at this point, he's at the top of his game right now. And, you can see that, people want to see him in that main event, kind of level. And it feels like, remember we had the Cesaro section thing. That was fun as well. But I feel like this is the best way to get him, on track for, potential, shot against for the world title. So I think this is the way to go.
This match is going to either make or break Cesaro.
It's going to make him.
And hear me out. I think it will, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to play both sides. Okay. So the reason why I say this could break Cesaro is if he doesn't have a good match against possibly, possibly one of the best in the world in the ring at the moment is Seth Rollins, who could literally have a match with a toilet brush and he still could get 5 stars out of it. This is and we all know Cesaro has the ability to create greatness in the ring. But can he do it in the biggest stage of them all? Can he prove to Vince McMahon, which is fucking difficult to do on its own, can he prove to Vince and can he prove to, I think some people, maybe myself is included in that just a little bit, that when it comes down to it, he can pull it out. He can be someone that you could put a title on and go, all right, run with it. I don't think he's going to get put on title soon because we'll talk about the end of the Night 2 WrestleMania match with Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns. We'll talk about a little later.
I don't think it'll be soon either, but I can see it around SummerSlam time happening.
Yeah. But I think this is going to be make or break for Cesaro. This is going to either prove to people that I also hope he does 37 spins just by the number of WrestleManias he's at.
That's the way to do it.
Knackered. But at the same time, I do hope I hope it happens for him. And I hope this is the catalyst for him to go further and do bigger and better things and be the main player that I think we all thought he could be. He's struggled at times. Either that's down to bad creative or himself, but he's struggled at times. But now it's his time to do it. It's his time now to go. He needs to now be more selfish than anyone and go, this is my time. This is me that needs to steal the show. And this is now me to prove to everyone in that back that I am who everyone thinks I should be.
And yeah, you've hit the nail, hit the nail hard with that one because everything you said is pretty much what everyone's been saying is that this is, I just like to add that this is the most fired up I've seen him in years.
Yeah.
He's always been fired up. I think he's on a high level right now. I feel like, he's recognized that, he's in his 40s now, but he can't be doing this forever. He has to really prove them that this is, that he's that guy that he should have been, that he's the guy that they should have made into a star years ago, and now this is the way to do so. So I think that this is his time as well, 100%.
Right, so we're both going for Cesaro. For that one, next match, the Latina Bad Bunny with Damian Priest versus The Miz and John Morrison.
I don't know if you saw. I got with my Bad Bunny merch the other day.
Yeah, I saw.
And Priest.
I really hope, that Bad Bunny is as good as what he's sort of done in the build-up so far. He's been there every week. He's won the 24/7 title. He's taken WWE to the next level by merchandise sales, by the fans, by bringing people in, talking about the product. He's done everything apart from the final bit. And the final bit is to the hardcore fans and us two that the wrestling ability. We want to see, with all of the stuff and all the work that he's put in, how good is he going to be? He's not going to be Ronda Rousey level of fucking excellence, but is he? I think all right. So the way that I look at celebrities now is the Pat McAfee level, right? He come in and fucking destroyed it when he first come in. Absolutely done.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard as well.
Is he going to be the Pat McAfee level of being absolutely wonderful? Or not?
I'm not going to expect too much from him. I know that I can see him doing a few things that I don't expect. Like I can see him taking some bumps as well because, him being the fan that he is. But I think it'll be an interesting match, and obviously the Miz, the Miz is the Miz. He can work with anyone you put him with, and he'll, get them, make him look like a million. My guy Priest, I'm happy for him. Getting his first taste of WrestleMania. Hopefully more to come. I feel. Yeah, I think this has had a good build up. I don't know, what people are like online. They have to act like, oh, it's so corny and this and that and all. I'm just like, it's wrestling. Have a laugh, not everything has to be bloody, serious. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the way I see it, it's like you said, Bad Bunny. He hasn't just been there doing nothing. He's been there. He's bought merchandise sales. He's made the 24/7 title actually important. More than R-Truth does. Dare I say? I'm saying it.
R-Truth.
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just saying he made it more.
He's going to miss his idol John Cena for not being there. To be fair, that's one of the funniest storylines. How he's been there longer than John Cena.
He's older than John Cena,
and he's older than him, and he's calling him his idol. I think that's why R-Truth is 2022 Hall of Famer.
Yeah. But yeah, to answer what you were saying, I think this match will deliver, and I feel that it's just a case of shutting up and just giving it a chance. Simple as.
So who are you going for?
My guys, Reese and Bunny.
Priest isn't
Bunny.
wrestling. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, come on, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I'm just making sure that you know. I don't want you to get all
Doesn't
crybaby on the internet because your man's not wrestling.
we all know he's going to do something anyway?
He is. That's very true.
It's like John Morrison.
Exactly. So here we go. Next match. Steel cage match, apparently. Shane McMahon versus Braun Strowman.
Honestly, it's weird. I figured that was going to happen.
Can we
It was either that or street fight. Look, we have to be open-minded as well. So
hold on, I'm going to rephrase the match. Daredevil idiot Shane McMahon versus Strowman, the choo-choo train, Thomas the Tank Engine, Strowman.
You forgot the stupid part.
The stupid fucking choo-choo, fucking stupid, fucking stupid.
No. Say the way Shane says it.
I'm not doing it.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
No.
Go on.
You do it.
Stupid. Is it wrong? But I do that anyway. I've been saying that before Shane ever did.
It just goes to show that you are a mark. Right, who you got for the match? I refuse to talk about this. I hope it delivers, but I refuse to discuss
I'm
this.
just going to go with Braun.
Yeah, I have as well.
Because it's the smart thing. It's the smart thing to do anyway. And it doesn't really benefit Shane winning it. It just makes him look stupid.
Right.
Makes him look like, yeah,
that's just next.
Yeah, just Braun.
Raw Tag Team titles. The New Day versus the phenomenal, the one, the only one, the great one, AJ Styles and Omos.
Omos.
I'm calling him Omos because
Okay,
what it's spelled is Omos.
Well, I'd be calling him Big Jordan. They let me because that's his real name, Jordan. Can't pronounce his last name, but Jordan.
The way it's spelled, I got all right. So I'm going to see if I can show you guys. Right. So
I know
have
how
a
it's
Google
spelled.
Doc that how it does it right. And if you look at where it is, it says Omos. It's Omos.
Yeah. Okay. Omos.
All right. Anyway. Or in the words whenever I see him on telly, fuck me, he's big. The guy as I call him.
You couldn't just say tomato.
No, I'm an arsehole.
Right. Anyway, what I was gonna say, I can see AJ and Omos winning it, and I feel like this will be the moment that Omos comes out as a star, and shows what he's capable of. And I feel like the best way to do it would be just let him go in there and just wreck the New Day, because it's the only smart thing to do, instead of just having them stand at the post doing nothing.
I think it's going to be interesting how they do this match. I think
I can see him.
Go on.
I can see him just throwing the New Day around like nothing. I can just see him using all these power moves and just throwing him into the crowd and shit through the table and whatnot. I can just see him. They can go anywhere with this one really, and it'll just make him look like a beast. And it makes sense and it's actually believable because he is that guy that can pull it off.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be interesting how they do this because WWE can go either one of two ways of doing this. They can go with AJ showing everyone why he's the greatest, and then Omos comes in and does a couple of power bombs and they win and they go off. Or what they could do is literally show why he is the big. I could see this storyline turning into the Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash type of storyline where something will happen at that. I'm not saying now, I'm talking SummerSlam or nearer down in the future where it happens. This is not.
The thing you have to understand is with that situation, by that time, Kevin Nash was already, in his 30s and was pretty much, I think by that time he already had like 5-6 years experience in the business. And, he was obviously older than Shawn. In this case is completely different. AJ's like 20 something years older than Omos, and Omos himself has only been in the business for for as long as he's been signed to WWE. From my understanding, I don't think it's any independent experience.
No, and look, I think at the same time, Omos is going to be someone with a future. at the same time,
bright future.
Massive future, and I think he's probably got one of the brightest futures that someone's had in WWE for a very long time. But it all depends on how they deal with his lack of experience. Are they going to keep him around AJ Styles and for as long as they can, or are they going to just let him go on his own and let him learn it out for himself?
I can definitely see him like like you were saying, bright future. I can definitely see him if like one day they decide to let him go. I can definitely see him going either into Hollywood and being a star in there, or even just going for Japan. I can see every promotion trying to sign him if they found him as a free agent tomorrow. Like Japan, Ring of Honor, AEW. They'd all be after him because he has that. You look at him and the first thing you think is not just that. It's not just the fact that he's a big guy. It's his presentation. He's got the he's got the drip. He's got the swagger. He's got everything. To stand out from most big guys. And he gets you talking. So I think he easily be a star. Wherever he goes.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm very excited to see how it goes. So I think we've both gone for AJ Styles and Omos to win the Raw Tag Team, and I think that would make AJ Styles a Grand Slam champion. I think that's how they will do it. We're not 100% sure, but we will see. So we could be seeing the Grand Slam. I think that's why they're doing it, to make sure AJ and let's be honest as well. By the end of his career in WWE, AJ Styles will be in the WWE Hall of Fame. He is a Hall of Famer, and absolute credit to the business. Last match, we've all predicted. We all think that this is going to main event WrestleMania. It is the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We got Sasha Banks, champion, versus Bianca Belair for the title.
Should we just skip the part that's been badly built up?
It's been utterly shit.
It's funny because they've had Bianca, take a beat from when she just points at the sign. I feel like her justifying it was the best they could give her as an excuse for just standing there and waiting till WrestleMania. But I feel like the build-up has been lackluster. Let's be honest. They've done. I'm not going to be too harsh on it, but it definitely has lacked.
Been shit.
I will say
it's shit.
Okay, no, that's fine. But I'll say the match will be the big receiving. So I'll have on that.
See, for me, I'm very worried about this match.
Oh, really?
To a certain point, I'm very worried that this is going to be dominated by Sasha Banks. I'm very worried that they're not going to, or whoever's been producing the build-up for this needs to be fired, because you've got a woman that could literally do anything in Bianca Belair, can literally do anything. But you get her taking a beating and doing a Ronda Rousey point to the side going, yeah, I'm going to get my own back and I pointed this out to you at Fastlane, that she took a slap from Sasha Banks and just stood there and just pointed to the side. And I'm like, no, look, you've been going around, or Bianca's character has been going around saying she's the EST, she's the best, she's the biggest, she's the strongest, she's the fastest.
Let me just say she's the biggest, but
well, no, muscle-wise,
strongest,
all this, all of that. But you get her to stand in the middle of the ring and not do anything about it. Like you need to get to a point where it needs to be. You need to make it look like that the champion is in jeopardy of losing her title. You're just making it look like Sasha Banks is the pro, and there's nothing to do with it. You've got Bianca Belair, who could literally hold Sasha Banks above her head and do a little bit of press ups every 5 minutes, and just throw her around for about 20 minutes. But you're not. It's just.
I agree.
Fucking ridiculous.
I agree where you're coming from as well. I feel like they should let her land in a few things, but I feel like the idea is they want it to be like that model citizen that can take it and can wait, her time kind of thing, which I suppose makes sense.
Yeah, but not the type of character Bianca Belair is. I would get it if it was a Daniel Bryan type of character. No, I'm not going to go at you. I'm just saying. But I would understand if that was a Daniel Bryan type of character. But it's not. She's meant to be going around saying she's the strongest, she's the fastest, she's the best, everything like that. So when Sasha Banks hit her back twice as hard to show her that you are stronger. Sasha Banks makes you tap out. You tap her out quicker. Make sure that you show her that you could tap her out quicker. If Sasha Banks doesn't move, you do it better. She needed to be on like one of those levels that you were trying to up what Sasha Banks was doing to prove to Sasha Banks that you are the person to go on and destroy her for her title. My opinion, I don't think that this match should last longer than 10 minutes. Okay. I think this is going to go half an hour long, but I think the way to build this match to be that Bianca is a beast and what this pointing to the sign makes sense is Sasha Banks gets in there, gets a good couple of shots, and then Bianca goes absolutely apeshit and wins the title.
I like that as well. I will say, how would you react if she no-sells Sasha's offense?
I'll be right with that.
Same man.
Well, no, but it's tough now because she's been reacting to every time Sasha Banks has slapped her. So
I mean, she could just say that she was making it, she was faking it, and then
yeah, but you can't. But that's one of those things where if you're gonna do the whole no-sell fiend thing, then you're gonna need to do it from the beginning, not at just one match, and then afterwards do the hitting and all of that and make it. You can't. I think that's a bad idea to do it that way. I think they could go that way, but I don't think. I think the way to do it is for literally Bianca Belair maybe to turn heel halfway through the match when she's complete. But when I say heel, I don't mean effing a blinding at the fans, telling all of that. I mean literal. You're going to the 4 count, holding Sasha in every part of Sasha Banks' body. You're pulling, you're stretching, you're doing everything that a normal babyface wouldn't do in a match, but you're still doing it because you want to win that title and you want revenge for all the slaps. That's my opinion.
I agree with that as well. The frustrating thing was the thing I found frustrating when he said heel was just that I just remembered that even Bianca hasn't really had a proper fan reaction since coming up the main roster as well, which is even more frustrating. So her turning heel would just be like, we never really want to see her as a face, if that makes sense. But that said, yeah, I can see what you mean. The more aggressive side alpha, and yeah, I agree with that.
I think you should really class it as like the Stone Cold heel, where you're very much with the fans, but you destroy your opponent.
I don't think Stone Cold was ever really a heel. Well, he was a heel, but
he classed himself as a heel because he didn't care about the fans that much. He just wanted to hurt people.
I still think of him as a tweener, which I don't think gets mentioned enough as well. I think that people don't seem to mention that there are tweeners in the business as well, which for those who don't know, a tweener is basically a heel who's getting cheered as a face, even though they're not trying to be cheered. They're not
basically Johnny Gargano's career.
Let's not get into that.
Basically that. Yeah, no. Okay, so how do you think this is going to finish? Do you think this is going to be a clean finish for Bianca Belair, or do you see anything going wrong? Or anything? How do you think this match is going to finish? Tap out, submission, or pin?
Pin.
Clean pin.
Clean pin.
For who?
Sasha, Bianca.
Yeah, we both go for the same.
Because the way I see it, they need to have a good payoff for it, and this is Bianca's. This is Bianca's moment. She's on top of her game. She got the big win at the Women's Royal Rumble, lasting a whole hour nearly. Wasn't it 50 minutes or something?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if they didn't capitalize on this point, they're really stupid,
I think it's good that they're doing the men's and women's. They're doing 2 nights because you can have them but on different nights. Right. WrestleMania night. Dos.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Of it.
I didn't know you're bilingual. Trust you to turn that around.
Oh yeah. Here we go. WWE United States Championship match. It has been said that this will be can I just say what he did with Asuka on Raw was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He just went, "Oh no, I can't do it anymore." I just walked off. I was yes, I love it.
Oh god, that I thought was funny as well. But at the same time, I was a bit unsure if that was a work or not because there were
That was
people saying that it
definitely
was.
not. The way that Asuka just looked at everything and went, "What?"
I don't know. It is funny, but
Uh,
yeah, Matt's a funny guy. I've never had a problem with him. I just wish he careful. But yeah, yeah, Karen, what you're talking about?
Matt Riddle champion versus the Sheamus.
No, that's a match, is it?
Yes, Riddle
I
versus
didn't know that.
Sheamus. Yeah,
I didn't even know that was a match. I
it
mean, I
was
thought it was just me
announced
walking.
on. It was announced on Raw.
I must have been not been paying attention then. Okay,
Or you probably fell asleep, so I don't blame you. It's fucking Raw.
or I was watching something else. I don't know. One of the 2.
I was
Yeah.
probably
Anyway,
asleep. Riddle versus Sheamus for the United States Championship match. How do you think it's going, and who's going to win?
I'm gonna be honest. It does feel a bit random. Let's be honest.
Well,
But they give Sheamus something.
Sheamus attacked Riddle while Riddle was scootering.
Yeah, you can't write these things, can you?
Well, Raw can. They can write low ratings, so.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, anyways, bad
Anywho.
writing. Bad writing aside. Well, I'm gonna because it's Matt's first Mania, and because Vince loves him, and because Shane's can afford a loss or two at this point in his career, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna go with Riddle winning this one. So Matt's winning it.
Fucking copying my fucking answers as well.
How is it my fault that you try and think the same way as I do? You know.
I don't try and think the same way. That's just wrongly thinking. No one should ever think the same way as you. That's just wrong.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So yeah, I think the same thing. I think I've seen everywhere that Vince loves the broski, the bro master, the Mr. And he's got a massive future in WWE. So it's all about how he can do it. I hope they have a very good match. Riddle is very good at doing matches like this. Sheamus is very good, has been on top form over the past few weeks as well. So I'm very excited to see how this match goes.
And I think it's good to see Matt in the ring with someone who's actually twice his size for a change. Because, for a while we just saw guys who were either his size or look shorter than him or whatever. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he caters to that. Next match, we have the feud that we never knew we wanted to watch again. The one that has somehow got Logan Paul to get involved.
Oh, right, yeah. That was a funny. Can I just say that segment on SmackDown? I actually liked it. I thought it was actually quite funny.
I actually quite like Logan Paul.
I don't like him. I don't hate him either, but I think I mean, his face. I think his facial expressions throughout the whole show, throughout the whole segment, were on point. He really looked like he didn't know what was going on, and he sold it quite well.
Yeah. So we've got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, a feud that we all thought would have been over and never seen again.
Well, I think they've reignited it the right way. I mean, it doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel random. I mean, people have always said they love.
Can we please just let this be a full count anyway and just let Kevin Owens jump off the ship?
Yeah, okay.
Because he's already said he wanted to do it. He said he was going to do it at the last WrestleMania when he was going with Seth Rollins, but then he just jumped off the logo. Can we just get him to just launch himself off the pirate ship, or have Kairi Sane do it with him? Both of them just jump off, please.
You guys really just want to see that pirate ship be getting.
I really want someone to jump off the fucking pirate ship. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you might get your wish. All right. We saw him jump off the WrestleMania logo last year.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What was I going to say?
You are raw creative. You're just copying what I'm saying now and making it worse.
How do you not know? It might just because I heard it in my ear, but I was just reciprocating in my own way.
Because you just sound like one of those people on the internet. You are a mark. You have turned into a mark. You've become someone you hate.
Okay. Take a chill pill, mate.
How do you think it has been talked about that Logan Paul is going to get involved in this match in some way, shape, or form? He is
it's going to happen now.
Or do something after Kevin Owens nudged him and saying it's going to happen.
Exactly. So it's Kevin's fault, isn't it? Then,
So how do you think this match is going to go? And I've just remembered there's 2 WrestleMania matches that happen on SmackDown that I haven't added in, which I will add in at some point.
No worries. Yeah, I can definitely see I could definitely see Logan taking a um. One sec.
Oh my lord, it's Logan Paul. It's ringing. It's Logan Paul's ringing Gulam. He's sending him the inside scoop.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh,
Just as we've just seen that Titus O'Neil has been awarded. So congratulations to him. So Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Logan Paul looks like he's going to get involved. Fair, I hope he does. Yeah, I said this on the podcast last week. That I hope he gets more involved in WWE because of more viewers he can bring. And it really took to my point when Logan Paul tweeted a video of him getting in a plane saying, I'm on my way to SmackDown. And if you read the comment sections, there was people saying, I haven't watched SmackDown in years or WWE in years. I'll go check it out and see how it is and watch until you get on there. A lot of people say, looking forward to seeing you on there. Nice to see you do a different thing going on there as well. So for me, that was the whole, I think what they've done is the whole reason is why that tweet and the answers. And I said that last week. Look, you may not like him as a person as what he's done before, but you've got to respect that his brand is something else compared to everyone else.
I feel like
he is a rock star at the moment in the world of entertainment, and that's it.
I mean, I suppose that, like, you know, he's that guy. Yeah, if he's got a hate following, everyone's going to hate him for, you know, the fact there's a hate following. It's like when people hated on Roman for years. You know, they just hated him because, you know, a bunch of, you know, hardcore people were hating him as well. So I feel like you know, he's one of those guys that can, you know, work around it and just, you know, you'll see around it. And I mean, I don't have a problem with it myself. I don't like the guy myself. I don't hate him either. I know about the videos in the past. I heard about, you know, you know, and all that, but. Yeah.
We all do stupid shit, and we all try
Yeah,
to do certain things.
it is what it is. You just go along and get over it. No one's perfect.
Prediction: who you got winning?
Kevin.
You got for Owens.
Yeah.
I've gone for Sami Zayn.
No, that's understandable because you know with Logan Paul involved.
Yeah, that's literally the only reason why I've gone for that. So as it has been announced, we forgot to do this beforehand because I forgot. But it was announced while I adjust my position of you lot can see me. It has been announced on SmackDown by Adam Pearce that there will be two WrestleMania matches that they couldn't fit into WrestleMania. That they're now doing it on SmackDown the night before. So basically 3 nights of WrestleMania for it. The first one is a fatal 4-way for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We've got Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode who the champions will be going up against Otis and Chad Gable, the Alpha Academy. We've got the Street Profits and the Rey Mysterio family with Rey and Dominic going for the titles. Fatal 4-way, which will be absolute fucking mayhem, I think.
but mayhem, all right. Yeah.
I quite like a fatal 4-way. I think it doesn't say anything about elimination or anything. So
you can always add that in last minute.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope they add elimination because it will make it more easy to follow along what's actually going on. Just let me fucking press that button, you silly twat. Thank you.
Can I just say who I think is going to win it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
Okay, I think it'll be Otis and Chad Gable winning it.
So you're going for Otis?
Yeah, because I feel like they've still got interest in him and they want to keep him, you know, keep the because it'll make his heel turn actually mean something. And you know, I don't see. From what I understand, there's nothing against Chad Gable there. I mean, Vince doesn't. From what I remember, reports said that Vince actually, you know, rated Chad as a performer, and you know, the whole Shorty G thing wasn't you know rib or anything. It was just to try you know add that you know extra layer to him, if you will.
No, I get it. I've gone for my prediction, which is not going to make Gulam happy at all, but I don't care. I've gone for the Mysterio family of Rey and Dominic to win the titles. I think it's one of those fairy tale stories I wish has a crowd for it to finish off with Rey and his son winning titles together in front of the crowd. But I also I also got to say as well, the progression of Dominic as well has really impressed me a lot over the past few weeks and what he's done since he's been in WWE. And you could tell that he's learning and doing different things and doing different bits and pieces. So I hope he wins the title, and I hope he gets the recognition he deserves. Moving on,
Thank you.
the second match of the SmackDown episode is there's predictions that are not going to go towards our title. Predict actually there they are. I don't care.
Which one?
If I win, if we don't win on SmackDown, then it doesn't go towards the overall score. So the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal participants for this match is Tozawa, Garza, Cedric Alexandra, Drew Gulak, Elias, Eric, Graham Metalik, Humberto Carrillo, Jason Reichner, Jey Uso, Kalisto, King Corbin, Lindsay Dorado, Mace, Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Slapjack, T-Bar, and Tucker.
You know what's funny is you butchered some of those guys' names.
I just went with what I feel like to say on behalf of them. Who's your prediction for winning this?
I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with who I think. I'm gonna let you think about it.
I'm just gonna say Corbin.
You're going Corbin. You're going Corbins.
Yeah, all hail King Corbin.
He really needs a new gimmick.
Yeah, I wish he'd go back to the Lone Wolf thing again. You know, I think that was his best.
I quite like that. I've gone for Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to win it. I think.
Okay, I thought it was in as well. To be fair. Yeah, that's fine.
Here we go. WWE Raw Women's Championship. Actually, we're missing. There's one match that's missing out on here that I've just remembered that we need to add in. But I don't think it's actually been announced yet.
Was it that Raw Women's Tag Team? Was it?
Yeah, where they're apparently going to do a gauntlet on night one to see who wins, who goes to face them or not. Listen, if it happens on Raw, because we're recording this before Raw, if it happens during the week and it gets announced, we will add this to our overall predictions when we release it on Friday and Saturday for you guys. But if it doesn't, then it don't matter. Raw Women's Championship. Asuka, the champion, versus Rhea to the Ripley, the Aussie, the Oi Oi Oi.
Okay. I'll just say Rhea is winning this one. And I just want to say that their build-up is a little, not even better, not that great itself, but still better than the Sasha and Bianca one.
Yeah, this is miles better than the.
It's not better. It's not that great either. Because it was.
No, I'm not saying it's great, but it's miles better than what the shit they're doing on SmackDown with Bianca and Sasha.
And pointing at the sign. Now, what I'm saying is that they should give a 5 point the sign from now on, right?
You know they banned the slap leg in WWE, that you can't slap your leg when you hit someone. They should ban someone. So once you've pointed at the sign once or twice, that's fucking it.
Yeah. Right, what I'm saying is that the Rhea Asuka one isn't that great a build-up itself, but it's still a better build-up than the other one. But I can definitely see
the other one. Even the Braun Strowman's.
Okay, all right, okay, we get it. It's shit. Fucking hell, man.
It's fucking shit. It's not just shit. It's got the fucking shit in it.
Honestly, is that going to be on the punchline for the worst ever build-up from now on? Yeah.
No, I've seen worse.
There you go. Anyway, yeah. So the Rhea and Asuka one, I can see Rhea winning it. Full stop. Done.
Yeah, I feel like that Asuka, which is not to her fault, hasn't had the greatest Raw women's title reign that has been going, but she's held it for a long time since the night after Money in the Bank, where she cashed in on a pregnant Becky Lynch for the title. So
I'll say I think Asuka's reign has been lackluster. I don't think it's been that bad. You know, I think that, you know,
no, there's a lot of things that WWE should have done which they never did.
I'm saying that it had a good start for the first, the first 3-4 months she had it, she was fine. But then they gave her the tag team, goal with Charlotte Flair, and it just became a distraction. So, yeah,
it didn't turn out. So we've both gone for Rhea Ripley on that one. The next one, the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Big E versus the reverse Kofi Kingston. I mean, Apollo Crews for the title.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
This has been a very good build-up.
Yeah, this one...
this is one of the better build-ups that they've done so far.
Yeah, I'll say this is a great build-up. You know, Apollo has shown that, you know, he's a star in the making. You know, he's been at his best on top of his game. You know, everything has been done right. You know, at this point, you know, I mean, I would have loved to see Biggie have a long run with the IC title. But that said, I think that this was literally just, you know, Biggie stepping stone to, main event, to, going for the big title next year, if you will. So I think it's fine for him to drop the title to Apollo, who really needs this moment more than Big E does. But it gives, you know, Apollo something to brag on and Big E something to, you know, move away from, but also, you know, keep working with at the same time as well.
Yeah, I'm very much in two minds of this. I really hope that that Apollo does win, because he needs to win this match. And for his character change and for his momentum, he has to win this match. But at the same time, Big E has done absolute wonders for this Intercontinental Championship. And I feel like what he's done with it has been that extra level, what the Intercontinental Championship. Yes, the issue that I would say is we're going to talk about it later on with the triple threat match in a couple of goes in a minute. We've got one more match and then that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see anyone beaten for whoever's we're gonna predict to be champion in that match. I don't see anyone winning the Universal title until at least SummerSlam. Until at least SummerSlam will be, because then you've got multiple different champions that could do it. Look, I think as well, the night after Mania could shock people and people could switch brands. I don't know whether that's going to be a thing as well, where they're going to switch brands as well during WrestleMania, the night after Mania, all this and all of that. But
yeah,
I think I put in Apollo to win because he has to win this match.
Oh yeah, 100%. This
just
is his night,
for his character and to make sense of him doing the reverse Kofi Kingston, for him to actually make sense of him turning and doing this and everything that needs to be done, then that makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if Big E wins this either, because it wouldn't make sense for him to, maybe if he dropped the title and then goes on to Money in the Bank and wins that. I think that could be interesting. I think that I would like to see that happen. But I'll go on Apollo for this one.
It's funny bringing Money in the Bank as well. I remember KO mentioning Money in the Bank the other day. Yeah, but
Apollo.
Yeah, I think this is Apollo's night, and he needs this more. And you know, Big E's shown. I mean, I remember tweeting this as well when he cut that promo when he came back from his injury. You know, I was like, you know, that's his promo with the IC title. Imagine what it'd be like when he's holding the when he's going for the Universal title one day. So I think this is the way to do it. So
it'd be interesting to see how they do that. And the next match, let me in. That was fun. We've got The Fiend with Alexa to the Bliss versus Randy the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, the Stone Cold partner on the Broken Skull sessions, the guy that has absolutely fucking destroyed Soulja Boy on social media, the guy that has better social media game than Mustafa Ali has promos. I can't think of it anymore. Randy Orton. For it. Where do you think that this match is going to go? This match will have to be played in the dark, because I feel like the special effects is going to happen in this match.
It'll be the supernatural shit, let's be honest.
Do you think that this is going to be cinematic, as in there's going to be a cinematic match as in the Firefly Funhouse, or is this going to be a straight up wrestling match?
I mean, they haven't really announced it yet either, so it could always... Yeah, I mean...
When we record this on the Monday.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, for some reason, I keep thinking they might go that route as well. Just change it up to make because it makes more sense then. It doesn't. Raddy won't lose any momentum, and give the Fiend something to move on from. So, but all I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna go into what match it will be or how the match will go. I'm just gonna say that this is the Fiend's moment. He's gonna win it. Simple as.
Do you mean Bo Dallas or actually Bray Wyatt?
Yes, Bray Wyatt.
I do love Bo Dallas.
I like Bo too.
He's winning live, by the way.
I know. Don't rub it in.
Right, here we go. The last match of the night and the one that I predict will main event night 2 of WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the Rated R Edge, and God created Adam, God created Eve. And then on the third day, he created Daniel Bryan to get in a triple threat match at WrestleMania. I just saw that when I posted when I was recording it before I recorded this, and I thought it was hilarious. Daniel Bryan for a triple threat match for the WWE Universal, as Paul Heyman would say, the WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship.
Have you seen the heat Bryan's getting as well from some people for just inserting himself?
Yes.
I can see why they're pissed as well, but at the same time, it's Daniel Bryan. You can't be mad at that. Come on.
You just can't be mad at Daniel Bryan. Full stop.
I'd be pissed. I remember there was a post yesterday on Twitter which said that imagine if he inserted himself against Roman Reigns versus The Rock, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll be taking the piss. But I also said
I think there would be. When John Cena went to the ECW arena and he threw his shirt in food and put his middle finger up and threw it back at him. Literally, I think what would have happened to Daniel Bryan if he inserted himself into that match. I will say there would be a full-scale war.
Oh yeah, I did tweet that if instead of Bryan, I'd put Jey Uso in that instead. Somebody who actually deserves that moment and has worked. What the Boston's been put into the main event and. Well, no, so yeah, if they were to do that, I'd put Jey. I'd make it The Rock versus Roman versus Jey.
And Jimmy.
Yeah, why not?
And Umaga. And
mate, just put Sam Fod and what's his name?
Rikishi.
Who's that guy who's on the MLW that everyone's talking about a lot?
What, baseball?
Oh my god. No, MLW is a wrestling promotion.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a guy, I can't remember his name. I think he's actually Umarga's kid. Or is he? I don't know. He's not Umarga's kid. I think he's he's related. I can't remember his name is. Look him up. He's basically built like Umaga, but he's much more athletic.
Okay, have a look. How do you think this match is gonna go? And who do you think's going to win this main event?
The way they've done it, I think is the best way to do it because they can go 2 ways. It can either be Roman just pins, basically Roman can pin either of the two and just retain his strong, character at this point, or it could be Bryan gets the pin and Bryan takes the pin for Edge and Roman just gets the title off him without losing it, or it could be Bryan pins Edge, which would be the stupid idea, but yeah, he pins Edge and gets the title off Roman without having to pin Roman. So either way, Roman is safe in this one.
So, in my opinion, I think the promo that Edge did on SmackDown has extremely helped this.
Jacob Fatu, that's his name.
Is that who you've been Googling for?
Yeah, Jacob Fatu.
So I think the build up that Edge has done for this match at WrestleMania, especially the promo he did on Friday when he basically just said, "I've looked in the mirror and I have finally seen the Rated R superstar," and I went, "Oh, fuck me, man boner alert." So I'm very excited to see where this match goes. I've already predicted who I think is going to win it. I've already wrote down who I think. Oh, okay, I don't know whether he's going to win it, but it's more that I want this person to win it. I also say as well, would not be disappointed if any other of them won it either, and I'll tell you for why. Roman Reigns has been the best heel in WWE. Rephrase that. He has been the best heel in wrestling since he's been back. One of the best heels.
He's been
Daniel
on top of his
Bryan,
game.
yeah, exactly. Daniel Bryan is one of the best baby faces that has ever been in wrestling. Right? He can grab any crowd member to be on his side. No matter if you lot are hating against him now, he will be getting you on his side within 20 minutes. He has
True.
that way of getting you to feel for him. He gets that facial expressions that goes, "Oh shit, no, he's got kids. No, you can't be doing this to him. He's one of the great." Da, 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 da. And Edge, right? For me, what he's done since he's come back at the Royal Rumble has just going to show that you can't class him as a part-timer. You can class him as someone who will be irregular, but when he's here, he's going to be here. And he's going to put his ass into everything that he does. And his promos are the best that anyone has done in WWE at the moment. His work rate is better than anyone in WWE at the moment as well. He's older than fucking everyone in WWE, and he puts twice as much and twice as hard than anyone else. And I will say this now, that I have picked the Rated R Superstar, but he will not pin Roman Reigns. And
Roman can. I don't see them pinning Roman in
you
this one at all.
can't have Roman Reigns getting pinned.
It'd kill his momentum, and it would just, you know what I'm saying?
The way that you could do this, right, in my opinion, the way that this should finish is Edge will go Rated R Superstar any means necessary to win. Cheap shots, anything he can find to win in this match. Roman Reigns is going to be this heel that will get you into a situation where he shouldn't be doing it, like the guillotine on Roman Reigns, on anyone that shouldn't be doing it, going for something. And then you've got Daniel Bryan, who's going to be the feisty babyface that's going to be fighting. He's going to do everything he can to win it, kick out at 2.9 to make sure he's still in the match. The way to get, and then if Roman does get pinned, it has to be from Edge cheating or someone cheating to pin Roman. The way I say this, and I'm not booking, so I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but if this does happen, then please click this and say that I called this. Like, what day? Right, we're recording this on the Monday, by the way, and we're releasing this for you guys on the Friday. So I'm calling this on the Monday, okay? I reckon the way the match is going to finish is spear to Roman Reigns from Edge. Edge is then going to get in pain from something that he's done before, can't get anything. Roman Reigns gets up, running knee, chair to the back of the head of Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's out, rolls out the ring, Edge pins Roman Reigns, 1, 2, 3, and he's the champion. That's the only way you're going to get a Roman Reigns over, is if he gets two or three finishes on him, and then that just goes to show how strong he is. The only way Daniel Bryan is going to win this is if the same thing happens, but Daniel Bryan doesn't cheat, but gets a little opening. So he does his running knee, but something happens. Roman Reigns gets up, spear, and then Daniel Bryan can then just do the running knee to Edge and pin Roman for the title, because Edge then falls out of the ring, and then he's won the title. So you're still dominating it, and that's how to go. For me, I'm calling this now. Edge will be the new Universal title champion.
I will say, I'm not saying this is the guy I want to win it, but I will say that Edge, I feel, deserves it a bit more than Bryan does, because his comeback was 10 years, and Bryan's pretty much technically already had his comeback. I mean, he came back a few years ago. He's only he held a freaking Universal title before anyway. He's already held a world title before, so it's not the first time for him. Yeah, I think Edge probably deserves a bit more than Bryan if I was to pick at this point. But I will say this. I feel like, the way I see it, I think that either way, whoever wins it, everyone's going to face backlash at one point from the fans, because, fans will always be fans. They'll always, come, he's too old. Oh, he's boring. Oh, he's had his moment. You know what I'm saying? So I think they'd all still have, some hate one way or another. But all that said, the one I want to, I don't have a problem with any of them winning it. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns winning.
So you're going for the old Roman to the Reigns?
Mate, Roman is Reign. Roman's Reigns.
Okay, that was a bit sad. So let's go through it.
Oh, so if I say something, so if I say, if I try
I
and
was
be,
waiting for you to say something.
if I say something, oh, it's bad, but if you say something, oh, I just have to sit there and take it, amazing.
Yes, my podcast, bitch.
I'll never forget this meme which said, it was this Velociraptor, doing that thinking thing, and it
Oh
goes,
yeah.
it goes, how is it Ryback? How is it Ryback rules if Roman Reigns?
Anyway,
That
right, let's go through them.
was a fake laugh. We know that.
No, it wasn't a fake laugh. My fake laugh is so let's go through it. Night one predictions. We have both gone for Bobby Lashley to retain his WWE Championship. We've both gone for Cesaro to beat the man of the suits. We've both gone for Bad Bunny to pick up his win at WrestleMania. Steel cage match we discussed thoroughly. Where we've gone with the Thomas.
So many details that one.
That was. We went for Thomas the Tank Engine to pick up the win. Next up, we've gone for AJ and Omos.
Okay, yeah.
To win and pick up the Raw Tag Team titles on there. And we both, on night one, we've literally predicted everything the same. Anyway, we've both predicted Bianca Belair to kill this shit storyline and win the titles. We will say as well, if the women's tag team titles, anything that gets added, we will add that to our graphic and say it when we do it on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to go and follow us and go and get interaction with us, the links to it are all down below in the description. Next up, WrestleMania Night 2. We've both gone for the to win. Before we get into WrestleMania Night 2, the Fatal 4-Way for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Gulam has gone for Otis and Chad. I have gone for the Mysterios to win it. For the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, we got Gulam who's going for King Corbin, and I have gone for the Oos. To win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which will bring another string to the bow of the Tribal Chief. Also, the other match for WrestleMania Night 2, we've gone for the hopeful pirate flipping Kevin Owens versus the documented screwed against, and rightly so. Some of the decisions against Sami Zayn have been utterly disgraceful for him. So Gulam has gone for Kevin Owens picking up the victory. I have gone for Sami Zayn to go for WWE Raw Women's title. We have both gone for Rhea Ripley, and we could both agree that Asuka has had a lackluster title hold, and hopefully it will spur something on after this. The WWE Intercontinental title match, we both gone for Apollo to win the title. But in saying that, we do think that Big E will be on bigger and better things moving forward, and we will discuss that more on Monday when we review everything that happened at WrestleMania. The second to last match of night 2, we've gone for The Fiend versus Randy Orton, and we both think that Let Me In will win The Fiend. And last but no means least, the triple threat, Roman Reigns, Edge, Daniel Bryan for the WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship, Paul Heyman will say. It is Roman. Gulam has gone for Roman. I have gone for the Rated Star Edge. I will also say as well, the SmackDown and Raw Tag Team Women's Tag Team titles. It's looking like there is going to be something done on them. And I do think that, and I'm going to call it now, that there will be new tag team champions at WrestleMania, and I'm going to call it again, and I don't even know the match, and I'm going to say it now because I've just been thinking about it while I'm doing this. I am going for the new Raw and SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions will be Natalya and Snuka. Tamina Snuka. I saw an interview with her the other day on Lillian Garcia, I think it was. Basically, she said she has done everything she has done in WWE. and has never won a title. And in my opinion, that's a fucking disgrace. And I think she deserves at least one title reign before she ends up in the Hall of Fame. So yeah. So Ghulam, all I've got to say is one thing for you. As we know, is WrestleMania tomorrow for people that are listening and watching. It's Friday. Or today.
The voice just cracked off.
It's tomorrow for the people that are watching or listening to this, but for us, it's like 5 days. Anyway, I've got one question for you. In the words of probably the greatest wrestler that's ever lived. Are you ready? No, I said, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm so excited. Anyway, everyone that's watching this or listening to this, don't forget that we have done a Stand and Deliver review that is out now already for you when you're watching this. Out now. It is already out, so go and check that out, our review. This is our build-up. Don't forget, Monday, hopefully Monday, we will bring you our review of WrestleMania. Ooh. Excuse me, our review of WrestleMania, where we will be talking all things night 1 and night 2 and our thoughts. It could be an extra long one because of how many matches there are on it, and there might be the choo-choo train might get skipped just a little bit. So we will see how that goes. But we will see you guys next week. We will see you guys Monday. And then starting from the Monday after, we will review the night after WrestleMania, the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. New nights or Tuesdays for NXT. And we are going to try and predict what's going to happen over the next 12 months. Fuck me, this is going to be difficult. And thank you guys ever so much. We want to thank you all for... Oh, I have to turn my camera off. Let me in. I found that timely, by the way. So
that was a botch and a half, mate.
It was. I didn't mean to hit my mouse, and somehow I did. So what I want to say is I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched or listened to all of our videos so far. We know that it's not popular because there's fucking tons of you lot that do podcasts about wrestling, but we love it, and we're going to carry on doing this.
We're having fun. We're having fun.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's not... Yeah, bye.